And then if you need to grab like a strap or a towel, something where your arm is going to be your legs up. And if you have a larger towel, roll it up, and I want you to sit on it. Or you can sit on your foam roller or what have you. Just so you have all the contents in your space that you need. Cool? All right, good morning, you guys. Welcome. Let me rub this one more time. My name is Meredith. That was my son, Elias. That's a little yogi. And I am a stretching practitioner. I think I've been with you guys, some of you guys, if you tuned into Mindful Mondays. I'm the one that does those. So I'm a yoga teacher, and I also do a modality where I stretch people. I physically hands-on stretch them, or I do group stretching. And that modality is called KIHARA. Ki is your energy, your kind of like your chi, but we spell it K-I. And then hara is your strength. So it's moving that energy in a strengthful way that also allows you to have some release as well. Oftentimes we have a tendency to overwork muscles, compensate for muscles, and those muscles end up getting incredibly overworked. And then the muscles that should be worked are underworked, so they're weakened. And in essence, you're weakening your body. So we try to hone in on strengthening the muscles that are weakened, and then stretching muscles that are kind of like over tonically worked and stuff like that. When we do the resistance stretching stuff, and you're giving yourself resistance, or I'm talking about a contraction, you need to give yourself light resistance, okay? If I was to give you a scale of like 1 to 10, I'm talking like 2 out of 10. Don't resist so hard that your whole body is like shaking. Don't be like one of those dudes in the gym that's like lifting too heavy weight and they're like, and they're bearing down on their body. So just be conscious of that. So we're going to start off with a little bit of pranayama. Prana means life force. So your life force is your breath. If you're not breathing, well, unless you're artificially breathing, then you're not alive. And yama is control, so it's controlling that breath. And you can use pranayama in a variety of ways. You can use them to bring you energy, kind of like a kiribati breath, which is like a staccato breath, like a shh breath. And then you could also use pranayama to bring ease to your situation, whether it's physical ease or mental ease, to release stress. Today's pranayama is talking about the words that we're going to be saying. The meaning of it is you are you. It's talking about your own identity, right? Like I just heard somebody saying in the conversation, like, I control the bike, right? The bike doesn't control you, right? So you are you, and it's coming back to situations where the whole world is. Oh, you guys went black. Okay. The whole world is kind of exploding around you, right? And you're like chaos and blah, what's going on? The start of the swim, or you're kind of in a congested biking situation, or I don't know, the start of a run, when everyone kind of starts together and it's like chaotic, and you could be like, whoa, kind of freaking out, or just in your everyday life, the kids are going crazy and your husband's annoying you and you got to make dinner and the dog needs to be walked and what have you. And so this is a great prana, a great mantra. A mantra is like a slogan or a saying that you could say over and over and over to yourself, that brings you back to focus of being like, I'm here right now. I can handle this situation. I'm going to kind of dissect what's going on, but come back to me. Okay. And that's what today's mantra is going to be. And so the words are, the word is sa, ta, na, ma. Okay, so sa, ta, yep, Erinne's doing it in the front, na, ma. Okay, and the way that we do it is seated in any comfy position. So if it's more comfy for you to lay down, you could lay down. Or if you want to sit in a chair, you could sit in a chair, right? Or you can do whatever you want. Anywhere where your spine can be straight. Because remember that your spine, is a connection of your brain, right? And that's where you're storing like all this mental yada, yada, yada. So if your spine is like collapsed, or you're like, all cramped up, then you can't get proper breath, life force to your brain. So I want you to sit in any position or lay down, as long as you're not going to fall asleep, in a position where your spine is straight. And then you're going to take your hands, palms face up, right? Because we're giving something out to the world, to ourselves, to each other. So palms are faced up. And you'll connect your pinky with your thumb on the sa. And then you'll connect your ring finger with your thumb on the ta. And then you'll connect your middle finger with your thumb on the na. And then index with your thumb on the ma. Okay? And then you'll reverse it. You'll go index, middle, ring, pinky. So you go in from the pinky to the index, and then out from the index to the pinky. And you'll chant this. You're welcome to chant it out loud if you want. I'm going to chant it out loud for you. Or you could say it mentally to yourself, or you could whisper it, right? But sometimes it's really cool when you're in a room of, I don't know how many people you are, like 20 to 30 people, when you hear that sa, ta, na, ma, and you feel the energy of people around you kind of giving to you and you giving to them. You know, when we're doing Kriya in a yoga room and we're chanting all together, it makes like your skin tingle, right? So that's a really nice feeling to also have. Alrighty. So take a nice deep inhale. Let out a sigh, an audible sigh. And then take another deep inhale. And breathe it out through your nose. And rest your palms in an open position. And let's begin. From your thumb to your pinky in sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, ma. Continue repeating the chant to yourself for the next several breaths. And then bring your hands gently to your heart. One hand on your heart and the other hand on your belly. And follow your breath as it comes in through your nose. Feel it fill up through your heart, your chest first, and then into your rib cage, and then into your belly. And then on the breath out, pull the belly button back to the spine. Let the ribs corset. Let the chest fall. Try 5 more breaths like that, tracking your breath in through the nose, feeling it lift through the hand on your heart, feeling it fill up the ribs, expanding through the ribs, and then the other hand on the belly. And then on the exhale, holding the belly button back to the spine, having the ribs soften and the chest fall. I'm slowly releasing that. Gently rocking your head from side to side. If you're laying on your back, stay there. If you're not on your back, come down onto your back. Bend through the knees, plant your feet to the floor, and gently rock your knees side to side as well. Windshield wipering them side to side. And then stretch the arms up over your head, just like you're waking up in the morning. Extend through your legs. And then walk your legs over to the low left corner of your mat. And walk your arms over to the upper left corner of the mat and take an inhale along your right side of the crescent position. And then exhale, come back to center with your legs. Walk them over to the right. Reach your arms up over your head to the right upper corner of your mat. Take an inhale there. Exhale, come back to neutral. Draw your right knee into your chest. Make circles on the ceiling with your right knee. Small ones to begin with, and then you could make them bigger as you go. And then reverse that circle, take it the other way. And And then extend through your leg, grab on right behind your upper thigh, the closest part to your bum. Interlace your fingers there and just gently pull in there. Keep your low back rooted on the mat. And then circle your foot at the ankle and just listen to all the pops and cracks in the room that come out of that. Flex and extend your foot, point and flex it. And then gently walk up your leg a little bit more, raise your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Flex through both feet and extend through your leg. Take an inhale there. Exhale, release the right leg. You could plant the foot on the floor if you want, or you could extend it. Draw your left knee into the chest. Circle, small circles to begin with in an outward motion. You can make them bigger. And then reverse that, take it in. And then extend through the leg, hold on right behind the upper thigh, circle your foot at the ankle, move your toes around, point and extend your foot. And then gently pull in on that upper thigh. Bring the head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. You can walk your hands up your leg, flex both feet. Gently pull it again. Feel a nice stretch to the hamstring. And then draw both knees into the chest. Just rock side to side on your spine. Massage your kidneys. Massage the muscles that lie in the spine. And then roll up and back on your spine. And then gently roll up to a seated position. Again, you can sit on a block if you want. Drop your chin to your chest. Circle the head around to the right. Pause with the right ear over the right shoulder and allow your left shoulder to drop away. You can take your left hand behind your back if you want, and you could reach your right hand across your head if you want. Come back up to neutral. Drop the chin to the chest again. Circle to the left. This time, pause with your left ear over your left shoulder. Draw your right shoulder away. And then take your right hand behind your back and your left hand across your head if you want to add a little bit more. Release that. Bring your head behind you. Inhale there. Lift your chin up towards the sky. And then exhale, chin to chest, round your back, roll off of your sit bones, take an inhale into your upper back. And then come back to neutral. Come on to all fours. If you have that cushion or that bolster or whatever you had that you were sitting on, like a towel, you could put it behind you at the back of your mat like a wedge. If you don't have anything, then don't worry about it. If you do have something, put your toes on it. Just your toes, so there's a gap between your top of your foot and the floor. Inhale, cow pose, belly button into the spine, look up, tail up. Exhale, cat pose, round your back, push the floor away. Inhale for cow, so pay attention to your shoulder blades. Are your shoulder blades moving on your back? Exhale for cat, now are they pulling away from each other? Two more like that. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Last one, inhale, cow, belly button pulls into the spine. Hold that one for a second. Really reach your chin up towards the sky. And then exhale, cat, round back. Good, flip the hands over so your fingers are facing in towards each other and the palms are facing up. Keep your elbows soft and just squeeze in towards midline. Squeeze your fingers in towards your palm. So we're going to do a thing called gorilla palms. So you're going to keep your left palm face down. You're going to take your right hand and flip it up. Okay, so the palm is facing up. My fingers are facing into my knee. Okay, my right elbow is soft, right? I'm bearing most of the weight in my left hand. And then from here, you're going to spin the inside of your right elbow outward. And wring out the forearm, and you're going to feel it up into the bicep and probably up into your shoulder. Bring it back in, and then spin it outward again. If that's wicked tight on you and your arm is not moving, you need to do some love to your tissue there, okay? So you could squeeze through the forearm down to the wrist, through the elbow down to the wrist. You could squeeze up into your bicep. You might even feel it up into your shoulder, okay? Because your arm should be able to spin. And you're bearing most of the weight on the opposite hand of the one that you're spinning. Do that a couple times and then release it and switch sides. Right hand down, left hand flips over. I know you guys are gripping handlebars and you're swimming a ton, you're catching and you're doing all kinds of stuff that creates tension in the arms. So this is a great stretch for that. Spin it outward, bear most of the weight in the planted hand in the right hand. Whoop. Sorry. Life of a toddler.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma.
I'm sorry. Grandma's a saint. Grandma's a saint. Bring it out. Good. Grandma, you can go to your house if you want. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to release that and we're going to come back onto the belly for extension positions for Cobra, okay? So legs are extended. You could slide that bolster off of your mat. Hands come right underneath your shoulders, right? You guys are very front dominant. You do all kinds of exercises that are front dominant. So we need to strengthen the back and stretch to the front. Belly button into your spine. Lift up through your heart center. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale there. And then exhale, come down. Don't squeeze your butt, okay? That's cheating. Push your pubic bone into the floor, extend through your legs, drop your shoulders, draw your shoulder blades towards each other, and lift. If you want to release and touch your butt, okay, or your neighbor's butt, I don't know, and make sure that they're not clenching their glutes together, because that's dumping everything into your already tight low back. Inhale there. Exhale, come down. Good, one more time. Pubic bone pushes into the mat. Drop the shoulders, lift up through the heart. Inhale there. Exhale, come down. Good, now curl your toes under. Flex through your legs, so engage your quads. Press yourself up to an upward facing dog and use your toes to send your hips forward and then release them. Drop the shoulders, okay? This is a nice stretch for the hips. Belly button pulls into the spine. Look up on the inhale. And then exhale, open your knees wide. Sit your butt back to your heels. If you want to put that bolster or that cushion there again, you can, underneath your toes. Sit back, child's pose. Somebody mentioned that their knees hurt. If your knees are very, very tight in that position, take a towel, a small towel, and put it behind your knees, okay? And give your knees a little bit of a break. 2 breaths here, your recovery pose whenever you want to come to it. Inhale, nose. Exhale, nose. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. Gaze forward on your inhale. Round your back on your exhale. We're going to do some sun salutations. I heard a request for that. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl your toes, lift up your hips, and come to downward facing dog. If your hamstrings are very tight, if you don't have blocks to put underneath your hands, then keep your knees bent, okay? Don't worry if your heels don't touch the floor. That means that you're totally normal, okay? And then pedal push through your feet here. Bend into right knee and left knee. Believe it or not, downward dog is a recovery position. So start to kind of channel that energy in your brain. You're like, this feels good, right? This is not murder for me. Okay, relax your head down. Look forward at your hands for a second before you relax your head down. Make sure your index fingers are pointing towards the top. And make sure you're gripping the mat, okay? Not like you're gripping it like a fist, but your pads of your fingers are pushing down into the mat, alrighty? So you're not bearing everything in the heel of your hands. Now look back at your toes. Have your toes turned slightly in so you can't see the inner arch of your foot. Okay? And then press your chest back to your thighs. Drop the shoulders, shake your head yes and no. So there is not tension in your neck, and your shoulders are not hiked up towards your ears. Now, Glue down through your left heel, drop it towards the floor even though it doesn't touch. Bend into your right knee and really press back. So stretch through the back of your left thigh, the calf, everything, all the way down into the Achilles tendon. And then switch, ground your right heel, press back. Good, beautiful, awesome. Walk your hands back to your feet. Keep your knees soft as you do that. Hands come underneath your knees. Inhale, flatten your back like a standing cobra. Inhale there, back strengthener. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, hands underneath the knees. And if you have low back issues, this is as far as you bend, right where we are right now. Inhale there. If you're okay to bend further, bend further. Exhale, bend. And then toe heel your feet together. Good. Hands come to your hips, and with a flat back, you're going to rise up. Okay? Inhale, reach the arms up over your head. Look up. Exhale, big open chest movement as you forward bend. Inhale, hands to the knees or fingertip the floor, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Remember to keep your knees soft so your spine can go straight. You don't want to be like in a push-up position where your body weight is way over your hands. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale there. Breathe in and out through the nose if you can. Good. Shift forward into plank pose on the inhale. Take your knees down if you want. Exhale, bend through the elbows. You can come all the way down into Cobra, or you can go halfway down and go to upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale through your knees bent or straight leg downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, press the chest back to the thighs. One more inhale there. Lift your tailbone, keep your knees soft. You can keep your heels up. Exhale, press the chest back to the thighs. Look forward on your inhale. Step the feet forward on your exhale. Flatten your back as you inhale. Forward bend as you exhale. Send it all the way up. Salute this imaginary sun in your conference room. Inhale there. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Good. One more round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can also hold downward dog and not even do the push-up position. Or you could take child's pose if we're in downward dog and you're like toasted. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, knees can go down or bend through your elbows. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog or quadruped. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more breaths. Inhale, find length all the way down your spine, just like we did when we were doing pranayama. Exhale. On the inhale, gaze forward. On the exhale, bring your knees down to the ground. Pad your knees with something or roll your mat over if you need it. We're going into an awesome hip flexor stretch. Take your left foot forward. Lunge forward into your left knee. Have the top of your right foot pushing into the ground. Like I said, if there's any knee issues, roll your mat over or pad your knee with something, okay? Now, we're gonna drive that right knee forward like you're trying to bring knee to chest. It's gonna contract your hip flexor. So do that position. Your lunge forward first, drive your right knee forward like you're trying to bring knee to chest. It's gonna shift your body back to neutral. Okay, release it and go forward again into the lunge. Again, push the back foot into the ground and drive the right knee forward like you're trying to bring knee to chest. You're going to feel a contraction into your hip flexor. Now let's go for the stretch. Override that contraction and pull yourself back into the lunge. Try that 2 more times. Drive the right knee forward like you're trying to bring your knee up into your chest. And then override it and pull yourself back into the lunge. One more time, drive the right knee forward. It's going to shift your upper body back to neutral, and then override, use your forward foot to pull yourself back into the lunge. Good, hold that there. Plant the hands to the left thigh, press your heart away from the left thigh. And then reach your left hand low, whatever you have there that you can hold on to, or fingertip the floor. Reach your right arm up and over your ear. Keep the hips square forward, chest square forward, and reach out of your right hip. Good. Release that. Come back to neutral. Now, you're going to spin your lower leg of the back leg in. Spin it in. It's going to externally rotate your hip. Lunge forward again into your left knee. Now you use the inside part of your right knee, which is your adductor connected to the inner thigh, to drive forward towards the top of the mat. It's going to shift my body back to neutral. I'm getting a contraction in my right thigh, the inner thigh. Okay? Go right into the stretch. Use your left foot to pull yourself back into the lunge. Now we're stretching through groin, inner thigh. Don't mess with that area. Be very light on yourself. Drive the inside of your right knee forward, and then use your left foot to pull yourself back into the lunge. Messing with like your groin and your inner thigh, this area can get very, very, very tight on people. I always say to my husband, this is like arguing with my mom. Like, never argue with your mother-in-law, and don't overstretch your groin, okay? Both of those things can cause you pain. All right, pull yourself back into the lunge. Plant the left elbow to the left thigh and reach your right arm up and over, kind of like we're in a modified side angle pose, Konasana. Breathe in there. If you're dying to take Konasana, you can fully extend through your right leg, and you can reach up and out of it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink into the lunge. One more inhale. And exhale. Release that. Both knees down again. If you need child's pose, take it. If not, we're going to do the other side. Take your right foot forward, left knee down. Lunge into the right knee. Starting with the hip flexor, push the top of your left foot into the ground. Drive your left knee forward like you're trying to bring the knee to chest. You'll feel a contraction in your left hip flexor, and then release and repeat. Drive the left knee forward like you're trying to bring knee to chest. Release and repeat. One more time. Drive the left knee forward like you're trying to bring knee to chest. Hold there. Focus on your left hip flexor. Knee to chest move. Now use your right foot to pull yourself back into the lunge. This is the resistance stretch. Drive the left knee forward like you're trying to bring knee to chest. Override and pull yourself back forward into the lunge. Hips are square, belly button into the spine. One more time, drive it forward and then pull yourself back forward into the lunge. Plant the hands to the right thigh, press the heart away. Good. Take the right hand low, fingertip the ground or a block, and then reach your left arm up and over you. Anchor down through your left hip, and then reach out of it. Good. Come back to center. Spin the lower leg in, externally rotating your left hip. Lunge forward, exposing through the adductors and the groin. Take the inside of your left knee, drive it towards the top of the mat. Tap your inner thigh there, feel the contraction. Go right into the stretch, pull yourself back forward. Drive the inside knee forward. And people always ask, oh, how many strength moves, how many stretch moves? It's really up to you, right? It's make yourself feel good. If I'm working with clients that are super weak in an area, I'm gonna make them do way more strength than I would stretch, okay? But most of you are pretty balanced, so you could do 1-to-1 ratio. Pull yourself back forward into the stretch. Plant the elbow to the thigh, reach out of it. Stay there or take the full lunge. You can extend through your left leg. Is that Erinne in the front of the class doing it?
Yes.
Woo! Okay, Erinne's a good model, right? So you can model that right there. Reach out of it. Good. Awesome. Release that. We're going to do the outside of your hips now. So you're gonna lay on your side, okay? And this is where I wanted you to be staggered, all right? This is by far one of my favorite stretches in KIHARA. Bend both knees, flex both feet, stack your knees, okay? I'm just gonna refer to it as top leg, bottom leg versus right and left because you're all probably in different positions. Take your top arm, rest it on the low part of your top leg, like closer to the knee, not on the knee, okay? Now, the goal is to get a contraction in the outside of your right hip, or excuse me, of your top hip, okay? So my top arm is acting like a light weight, 2 out of 10. I'm gonna track the leg back like you're doing a clamshell position. But when you're in this position, I want the knee to be higher than the ankle, not like that. That's cheating, ankle higher than knee, okay? So knee slightly higher than ankle. Track it all the way back, okay? And then release the resistance and drop the leg back down again. Do that 2 more times. Add resistance, track it back. And some of you might not even need a lot of resistance to get the contraction because your hips are already tight. All right, release. Let's do 1 more. Track back, hold there, pay attention to that top outside hip, make sure it's turned on, and now let's go for the stretch. Gently push that leg back down towards the starting position, okay, and extend your leg before the knees meet. Flex through your foot as if you're trying to lengthen your hip away from your backside, okay? Bend the knee again, knee higher than ankle, track back. Hold there, focus on the outside of your hip, and then override, gently pull down, extend through the leg. This time flexing your foot, turn your toes towards the floor. Oh, this is where like the light bulbs are turning on in your head. I'm feeling this. Okay, bend the knee. This is gonna be the grandmother of them. Track back, hold. The outside hip should be super el fuego, like on fire. Okay, ready? You're gonna push down. You're gonna switch hands, okay? Lower hand's gonna grab it, outside of the leg. Extend through the leg, turn the toes down. Now open up your chest. Twist open to the right. Give your neighbor like a pat, like you rock, man, right? Good, and feel that ultimate stretch on the outside of your top hip. You'll feel it into your butt as well. Good, release it. Give some love, like rub it, right? Did you guys feel that?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Let's switch sides. By the way, if you're giving yourself too much resistance, if you think that you're sore today, you're going to be much more sore tomorrow. So it's like doing a heavy weightlifting routine. Don't give yourself so much resistance. Stack the knees, flex the feet, lower up, top hand is at the lower leg, knee higher than ankle, track it back. Boom. Now that we know, we can move a little quicker. Release, repeat, track back. Good, release. 1 more time, add resistance, track back, knee higher than ankle, go all the way out. Hold there, let's go for the stretch. Gently press down the leg, gently. Extend through the leg, flex the foot. Traction the leg away from you. You can even grab onto your thigh and gently pull it away. Bend the knee, track back. Hold there, override, push down. This time extend your leg, turn the toes towards the floor. 1 more time, this is where we switch hands, track back. Hold there, tune into the outside of your upper hip. Now gently pull down, switch hands. Grab on the outside of the leg, turn the toes towards the floor, twist your chest open towards the sky. Take an inhale in the twist. So yogis think that twisting keeps your spine young, but you should be able to breathe in the twist. Inhale and exhale. Good. Excellent. Release that. Good. Come on to the hands and knees again. We're going to do a quick quad stretch. I think there's too many of you to do quads at the wall, so let's just do quads on your mat. Lunge forward into your left knee. This is a great stretch. You can do this, pretty much on your own, but like I said, if you have a wall that you can push your foot against or like a big physio ball, those are even better. Okay, so I've got light resistance of my right hand on my right foot. Okay, my hips are square. Okay, I am not stacked with my hip right over my knee. I'm lunged forward into my forward leg, okay? I'm gonna press my foot into the hand. I'm gonna feel a light contraction in my right thigh, and then I'm gonna override and gently pull in, okay? Notice that my butt is nowhere near my heel, okay? I don't want it near my heel because that's just gonna get into the lower tendon of my leg, okay? Press the foot away. You can even allow that to open up your right shoulder and open up the right pec, okay? That's a great stretch for the front of your shoulder and your chest. Now override and pull in. Press it away, feel a light contraction in your right thigh, and then override and pull in. Good. Beautiful, switch it up. Left knee down, right foot forward. Lunge into the right foot, right knee, excuse me. Reach back. Again, my hip is forward of my left knee, which is on the ground. You could also do this on your belly. If it hurts to have pressure on your knees, you could do it on your belly. Push the foot into the arm, allow that to open up the left shoulder and the upper pec on the left side, and then override and gently bend the elbow, pull in. Press it away, feel a light contraction in the quad, and then override and gently pull in. Good, press it away one more time. Override and gently pull in. Beautiful, good. Release that. Let's take a quick child's pose. Let's stretch out the triceps while we're at it. So you're gonna knees together, knees open, feet together. Reach your arms forward, chest down. Remember, you can pad behind the knees if you need to. Bend through the elbows and reach back for your shoulders. Walk your elbows forward enough to feel this in your upper arms, okay? The back of your upper arms. And you'll probably feel it up into your armpit as well. Take an inhale all along your spine. And exhale. Good, one more in there. And out. Okie doke, come onto your back. Have your strap or your hand towel available. If your hand, well, you definitely need it, even if your hand can reach your foot. Okay. All right, if you want to put a towel underneath your head or a block underneath your head, you can do that too. Okay, strap is going to go to the ball mount of the foot. Flex through the toes. We're going to stretch the calf first, okay? We're going to work all the way up the leg. So holding onto the strap with both hands, light resistance on the foot, flex the toes, press up towards the ceiling a couple of times to fire the calf. You could bend your opposite leg if your low back is not reaching the floor. And then you're going to press up and you're going to hold there. And then you're going to override and you're going to pull down towards your face. And hopefully your heel is higher than your toes. That's important. Press up, fire the calf, and then override and gently pull down. Let's do two more. Press up, override and gently pull down. Last one, press up, and then override and gently pull down. Good. Internally rotate your foot, pull on the inside of the strap a little bit harder than the outside one, and then externally. Internally, so you're stretching through the peroneals, the outside of the ankle and up into the shin, right, the outside of the shin, and then externally. And then bring the strap to the arch of the foot. Now, for the hamstrings, this is a little bit different. You're going to hold the strap with both hands, but between your index finger and your thumb. And think about pulling the resistance in an arc over your head, okay? Not down towards your chest, all right? So I like to extend my arms to do this, okay? I'm going to gently pull an arc over my head. Now that already feels like a stretch, but it's a passive stretch. I want to make it an active stretch, okay? KIHARA stretch. So I'm going to bend through my right knee and I'm going to bring my heel towards my butt. And in order to do that, I'm going to lift my head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat so I have room. And I'm feeling a light contraction in the back of my right thigh. And then I'm just going to release. Do that 2 more times, okay? It's hard to feel sometimes. So drive the heel down towards your butt. Head, neck, and shoulders come up off the mat. Arms stay moderately straight, okay? Head, neck, and shoulders back down. One more time. Heel down, like you're doing a leg curl at the gym, okay? Hold there. Focus on the back of your right thigh. Now we're gonna go for the stretch. Ready? Override that. Pull back up, and then an arc over your head. Okay, don't just yank it over your head, right? Remember the mother-in-law, don't mess with your muscles, okay? So just lightly over your head, keep your butt glued to the ground, all right? Head, neck, and shoulders come up for the contraction, for the resistance. And then we go into the stretch, extend it over in an arc over your head, driving your left leg down towards the floor. One more time, head, neck, and shoulders up, and then override. Arc it over your head. Glue your lower back down. Good. Excellent. Hold on to the strap with your left hand. Keep your low back on the mat, and then just cross midline, get the IT band. Track the leg to the right. Okay. Take your right thumb, okay, stick it into your hip crease, grab onto your upper thigh on your right leg, and turn it outwards as you cross the leg over your body towards the left. And that is a lot of IT band, especially in the upper leg, well, the upper part of your leg. Woo, good. Release it. Lay your right leg next to your left leg, see if it feels like 2 feet longer, and then switch legs. Wall mount, underneath the strap, flex the toes. Okay, let's go for it. You can bend the right knee if you need to. Press up, do your calf presses. Press up, like you're doing, what are those called? Calf lifts? I don't know what those are called in the gym, when you're strengthening the calf. Press up and hold, okay? Override, gently pull down towards your face. Hopefully your heel is higher than your toes. If not, issues in the tissues, you gotta work on the stretch. Press up and hold, override and pull down. 2 more times, press up, override and pull down. Press up, override and pull down. Now, you can move the strap a little lower, internally rotate your foot, stretch to the outside of your ankle and the lower leg, and then externally rotate the foot. Internal rotation, external rotation. Now, strap is at the arch of the foot. We're going to go for hamstrings. Grab on that other way between index finger and thumb. Okay, hold an arc over your head. Glue your low back to the ground. All right, bend through the knee. Head, neck, and shoulders come up off the mat. Heel comes towards your bum, and you're feeling a light contraction in the back of your thigh, left thigh, and then release and repeat it. Okay, let's do it one more time. Heel down. It's hard to get that contraction, so don't worry if you're not feeling it. Hold it down there. Let's go for the stretch. Pull it back up in that arc over your head. Glue your low back down to the mat. Heel down. One side is probably feels different than the other, probably a little bit tighter on one side than the other. Override it, pull it back up. Remember, please don't do a lot of resistance. Let's do one more. Heel down. And then override, back up. Arc over your head. Good. Really drive your right leg down towards the mat. Excellent. Now hold the strap in the right hand only. Cross midline. Get the IT band. Keep your low back on the mat. Keep a light resistance with your right hand on the strap. Track to the left. Pull back to the right. We're going to do one more like that, but we're going to grab onto our thigh as we do it. Track to the left. Stick your left thumb into that hip crease. Grab on. Turn the leg outward, so you're turning it clockwise, and then pull the left leg across towards the right. Breathe. If you're feeling sharp shooting pain in your low back, get out of it. It's too much. Okay. Release that. Cross your right leg over your left leg in like a knee on knee, okay? Not figure 4. Right leg over left leg. Reach your left hand to the outside of your right foot. If you could go for both feet, go for it, okay? If not, just do the top leg. If you need to put a strap on it, put a strap on it or a towel. Flex your feet, okay? Don't pull down towards your butt, okay? Think about spreading the feet lightly outward and pulling towards your shoulders, okay? So my heels are nowhere near my butt, all right? This is great for glutes. You'll probably feel this up into like the top of your glute, like where it meets up with your low back. This in yoga is called Gomukasana, cow face pose, because they think that these knee over knee looks like the lips of the cow. I don't know. Yogis are strange dudes. Okay. And then switch legs, cross left over right. Again, grab the outside of the feet. You could just do the left leg only and gently pull down towards your shoulders or pull towards your face, kind of separating your feet a little bit more. Good. Release that. Take the feet wide again. Windshield wiper the knees again. Let both knees drop to the left. Okay, the feet are wide. Take your left ankle, cross it across your low right leg, and just let the weight of your left leg kind of weigh your right leg down and get the outside of your hip flexor. Your low back will come up off the mat. That's okay. Keep the belly button kind of engaged so you don't just dump it into a contraction. You could stretch your arms up, open up your chest, and then switch sides, knees wide again, feet wide, drop to the right, hook your right ankle on the outside of your left leg. I know we're gonna do neck. Give me just 1 second. We're gonna get to the neck. Good, release that. Grab onto the front of your knees, press your knees into your hands. Oh, hang in a hammock for a second. Take a nice deep inhale there. Exhale as you come up. Come back to a seat. Drop your chin to your chest. Grab on underneath your clavicle. Push in on that tissue and pull down like you're trying to bring your chest to your belly, and then lift your chin the other way. And then open and close your jaw, bringing your low jaw up to your upper jaw. Good. Release that. Left ear, left shoulder. Take your right hand, sweep it behind you. Left hand is across the head. Just the weight of your hand is going to provide enough pull there. And then switch sides. Right ear, right shoulder. Left hand sweeps behind you. Right arm across your head. Good. Release that. Interlace the hands behind your head. Gently press your head back into your hands. Open up your chest. Separate your elbows. Okay. Lift up through your heart. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Override that. Gentle, gentle, gentle on your neck. Draw your chin towards your chest and then bring the tips of your elbows to meet each other. Drop your shoulders. Good. Release that. Close your eyes. And just take a moment. Draw your hands to your heart center. Just take a mental picture of exactly how you feel right now. Notice if it feels any different than when you first walked through the door, came onto your mat, and you were like, what are we doing here? Why did I get up an hour early to do this? Right? So check in. Right? Remember you are you, Satanama. Right? I'm here, I'm present, right? This is my moment right now. Even if the moment is feeling like yucky, own it. Take a nice deep inhale. Sigh out your mouth. We're gonna do one more, it's called lion's breath. When you stick out your tongue, you're gonna release any other negative tension, physical tension, mental tension, emotional tension, whatever it is, let it go. Take a nice deep inhale. Stick out your tongue. Bring your fingers to your center of your forehead, third eye, the center of intuition, ajna. From my heart to yours, athletes, I wish you an amazing, awesome Saturday, a beautiful ride, a great rest of the camp. Namaste.
Thank you, Meredith. That was awesome.
My pleasure. Chai chai, howdy home. Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And if anybody has any questions or anything about stretching, you can ask Erinne for my digits, or you can find me on Instagram on Stretch Stronger. That's my Instagram handle. I don't know what that is. Or on Facebook, Meredith Bass, or reach out to me, text me, or whatever. All right?
All right, cool.
Feel good.
Bye.
Thank you.